Okay, I'm about to admit something to you guys that I've been keeping it from you guys. My mom called me out for this a couple weeks ago. She's like, hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa. I'm a personal trainer, content creator, trying to get more girlies, or guys even, in the gym. Today's a little bit different scene. We're outside. It's nice today. I got some time. And we're just going to chat, or more so, I'm going to be answering your most asked questions over the month of May. Ideally, I would have my phone with me and I'd be going through them, but I'm using my phone for my videoing, my filming right now, because no fancy equipment whatsoever, but I printed them out. The questions that you guys, and my most asked questions that you guys asked me on Instagram over the month of May. So without further ado, let's get into it. First question I have from RKUMUDA, I don't know how to say that. She asked me, is collagen powder worth to be purchased? That's a great question. Personally, I would say, so collagen, it is a type of protein. Proteins are made up of amino acids. If you're getting enough protein in your day, meaning 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight or ideal body weight, maybe even erring on the higher end, I would say no. If you're already spending your money on protein powder, probably you don't need to be spending money on collagen powder as well, because if you are consuming enough protein, the amino acids from that protein will help in terms of hair growth, nail growth, and bone and joint health. If, however, you're vegetarian or you really struggle to hit that protein goal, you're over 45, then yes, and you're like, let's say you're not consuming 1 to 1.2 grams of protein per pound of your ideal body weight, that's when I would recommend consuming a collagen powder, because at that point in time, the protein that you are consuming is just going to, right now, is probably going just to maintain your current level of muscle mass rather than prioritize your skin health, nail health, and then hair health. Hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know below. Ooh, okay. So, Elena Lumley asked me, how long have you been creating content for? So, honestly, 4 years. I started this, well, not this. I started my YouTube channel like 31 days ago, as I'm filming this. However, I started creating content for Instagram in January 1st of 2024, because I wanted to participate in Gymshark 66. And then since then, yeah, it took me a long time to build the community that I have, but I appreciate you guys so much. What's your ethnicity? So my mom is from India. She was born here, but her parents are from India. And then my dad's from Sri Lanka, which is just like a country that is right at the bottom of India, if you know your geography at all. This one's deep. Okay. What changes do you make in your workout around PMS and periods? I say this is deep because, yikes. Okay, I'm about to admit something to you guys that I've been keeping it from you guys. My mom called me out for this a couple weeks ago. She's like, you're saying all these things on social media, but you don't have your period yet. And yeah, that's it. I don't have my period. I haven't had a period. Yeah, I haven't had a period I want to say January 2022 was the last time I had a period. And I probably had like 6 since 2016. And that is because of my body fat percentage. I did lose my period after losing a significant amount of body weight when I was 13 years old for anorexia, obviously. During my recovery for anorexia nervosa, I did get it back. However, every single time I get it back, I kind of freak out and I find a way to lose a little bit of weight, and then all of a sudden it goes away. So I'm so sorry to the Witch of the Forest, but I can't answer that question right now. I'm working on it. I really, truly am. If you guys know, like, in my stories, I'm posting how it has been a struggle for me to eat a lot more. And I don't want to. I feel like I love the way I look right now. I feel good. I feel like I'm lifting some pretty good weight. However, the main reason why I know I need to increase the amount of food I'm eating is because of my body fat percentage. It's just not where it needs to be in order for me to have a healthy hormonal cycle. But hopefully I can get back to you within a couple months' time. Someone asked me, when will you come to Houston? Honestly, I had plans. I really thought about going to Houston this summer because I wanted to visit. I didn't even. I promise you guys, I didn't plan this. I wanted to visit Alpha Land. However, oh wow, I feel like you guys are getting all the tea here today. Damn. I am going to Scotland and England at the end of the summer, so I am saving up for that currently. So probably not this year, maybe like in the winter time if I find that I need another trip. But if not, definitely next year or the year after that. We'll see. We'll see. Someone asked me, how can I measure body fat percentage? There are a couple ways you can do that. There are some scales, like there's one at the gym that I work and work out at, that there's like an in-body test, measurement. There's also some scales that do the measurement. Simply what it does is it sends currents up your body, and then it sees where it meets resistance. Wherever it meets resistance, that's the fat, whereas what resistance it doesn't meet would be water and then fat, and muscle mass. They're not 100% accurate. The most accurate you could do is believe as a DEXA scan, which is a lot of money. However, it's good to have a baseline of knowing how much your body fat percentage is, especially if your goal is to lose or gain fat. Melina, I love you, Melina. I'm so sorry we haven't been able to meet yet. We will meet soon, I promise. She asked me 2 questions. She said, when are we going to finally meet each other? Hopefully we can find somewhere that's like in the middle to both of us, because you live quite far from me, but we'll find something. We will. And then she asked me, how did you start your fitness journey? Whew, this could be a long, long story. So I'm going to keep it short and sweet, simply because I don't know how much power my iPhone 15 can take, or how long it can record for before dying on me. So, but simply, like I mentioned previously, when I was 2016, when I was 13, I was diagnosed with an eating disorder. I remember it was like the first week of July. We went to Cuba. We, as in my mom, my brother, and I gained 5 pounds. And it was the end of the world. At least I thought it was the end of the world. Looking back at it now, it was not the end of the world. Had I just gone back to my routine, gotten back into dancing, gotten back into walking, I know I would have lost that extra 5 pounds, but I really let that number get to me. And I was like, okay, I'm working out morning, afternoon, evening. I worked out 3 times a day. After every single meal, I started tracking my calories. Mind you, this is at the age of 13. I'm pretty sure I ate like 1 egg for breakfast. I'd have just a salad for lunch, no dressing, literally just like leaves, bell peppers, maybe some hemp seeds. That was it. And then whatever my mom would give me for dinner, I knew she would give me like a 400 to 500 calorie plus meal for dinner. So that's why I would make sure I was really restricting how much I was eating during that time. And then, like, long story short, over, I would say, from 2016 to 2019, I was in and out of hospitals, in and out of rehab or like therapy. And I came across Natasha Oceani on Instagram. I have so much love for Natasha. She's one that showed me, why don't you introduce me to Gymshark, which is where most of my money is going right now. But then also just, she showed me that women, we can be strong. And I saw her story. She also went through a similar thing with an eating disorder. And I knew that's what I wanted. So November 2019, I convinced my mom to get me a gym membership. And yeah, that's literally it. So November 2019, I started lifting. January 2020, I started my account, and I've just been lifting ever since. And I love it so. I just love it so much. All right, let's move on. That was more so my story. Someone's asked me, why am I gaining weight if I'm in a caloric deficit, especially if I'm lifting 4 to 5 times a week? Honestly, I need a lot more information in order to answer this question. However, just going off of my experience and experience with clients, it could just be you're doing a lot. Like, something that people don't understand when it comes to losing weight is if you're eating in a caloric deficit and you're working out 4, 5, 6 times a week, like you're burning a lot of calories, your body doesn't think it's safe. If it doesn't think it's safe, it is not going to lose weight. It's going to think, for example, that because our humans' bodies were made in the, like in the not modern, olden ages. I don't know what the age is called, but we're like, if we're not getting food, that means that we're not safe. That means we've been chasing a tiger for so long. That's like the extra cardio, extra working out, and it doesn't think it's safe to lose weight because it doesn't know when it's going to see food next. So, like I said, obviously I don't know where you're at right now. However, a possibility would be maybe increase your calories a little bit. Either increase your calories or decrease your lifting days. I'd say maybe decrease it to about 2 to 3 times a week, full body days. If you really feel like you need to go to the gym, like 4 to 5 times a week, I'd maybe throw in, excuse me, I'd maybe throw in an extra, just like a gentle walk. Nothing too crazy. Maybe some yoga, just to kind of like calm yourself down. I would say focus on that 2 to 3 times a week, full body lifting. Make sure you're eating. Maybe just yeah, reverse diet, right? You don't need to be eating a caloric surplus, but maybe a maintenance, eat at your maintenance. And especially protein. Make sure you're getting at least 1 gram of protein per pound of your ideal body weight. Stick to it with about 4 to 6 weeks and track your weight and see where you're going in terms of that. How and where did you get your personal training license? So I actually did my personal training license all online. I'm certified through NASM, which is nationally accredited. I chose NASM just because I could do it online, and I got certified during COVID. So I like that I could get certified, and it was nationally accredited. I do have a dream of moving to the States just because I feel like we get nothing here in Canada. Uh, so that's why I wanted to do NASM. It took me about, I want to say, 6 weeks to do. Very science heavy. If you're into science, if you like biology, then you'll love NASM. However, they do have a lot of like practice tests, practice quizzes that you can do. So you like they prepare you. Just make sure you know your stuff as well as the overhead squat assessment. If you have any more questions about that, let me know in the comments below. All right, next question. Ooh, Elise went deep with this one. My girl Elise, I love her. What is something you used to live by but no longer believe in? That's a tough question. I feel like depending on where I'm at in my life right now, I could answer this differently. The first thing that came to mind was like honestly the eating after 8 p.m. I thought eating after 8 p.m. would cause me to instantly gain fat. That's not true whatsoever. Um, but I'm also starting to think like right now I feel like I'm struggling in terms of work-life balance. And I thought that I'm struggling right now. So I don't really know. I feel like before I believed that you should love what you do or there's no point in like working. However, now I'm like I kind of like the idea of like logging off at 5 o'clock, not having to worry about things, not having anyone message you. So you know what? I'm so sorry, Elise. I'm gonna have to get back to you on this one because the things are changing. Things are just like changing so much in my life right now. Um, that there are definitely some things that I don't believe in anymore, but I don't really know what I believe in right now, I would say. Um, yeah. Ooh, that was deep. That was deep. Oh my gosh, Jay, deep, another one. All right, Jay asked me, do you want to be a mom someday? Honestly, one, because I don't have my period, I can't really think about that. But also, as of right now, no, because I want to live my life, right? Like, I've been living at home for 20 years now. I really want to be able to live my own life. And I'm open to it. Like, I work with kids. I love them when they're not, like, rascals. But like little kids are so cute. So maybe one day. Um, but as of right now, I'm going to say no because I want to go to school. Like I want to go away. I want to travel. I want to see the world. I want to do all the things before I have kids to worry about. So Hannah asked me, can you provide some food ideas for cutting? Yes, I can. And the same food ideas I would give you for cutting are the same exact ones I would give you for bulking. Let me tell you about it. You can honestly you can fit all foods into your goal, whether that be bulking or cutting. It really just comes down to how much you're consuming, right? If you want to cut, you want to be eating less calories. Yes, you want to be eating less calories than you burn in a day, and that's why like I really like tracking. I know sometimes it can be triggering or hard for some people, but if you have a goal, it's just so helpful. It's so helpful to get you where you want to be. So yeah, some ideas for food cutting: chicken, rice, broccoli, tomatoes, like apples, dark chocolate, Greek yogurt, chicken breast, tuna, peanut butter, like literally everything. You can eat anything. And if you're asking me what foods to eat for bulking, I would give you the same about same exact thing because it really comes down to quantity. When it comes to bulking and cutting, it really does come down to quantity. The thing is, when it comes to cutting, the reason why some foods get a bad rap, like cookies, cake, even peanut butter, dark chocolate, is because those are high in fat and very easy to overconsume. When you overconsume, you eat more calories and then you don't lose the weight. That's why those foods can seem like you shouldn't eat them for cutting. But if you can control yourself, if you can portion out, let's say, 1 to 2 squares of dark chocolate, that's all you have in a day, enjoy it. And you could definitely fit that into your cutting regimen. Some foods I would recommend including if you are trying to cut would definitely be like high volume, low calorie foods. So like leafy greens, spinach, kale, broccoli. That's not leafy green, but it's definitely a good one. Foods that fill you up, but are also low in calories. So that's going to be your fruits and vegetables, not so much like your sandwiches, which like bread is quite dense in calories, I would go for the high volume, low calorie, colorful foods. That's the one I wanted to say. All right, we're almost done here. Thank you for sticking through. Divya asked me, please give insights on breathing techniques during workouts. So I actually answered this question in one of my last videos, my week of workouts video. But simply, what I learned when I did DTS course, which is Darby Training Systems. It's an amazing course. If you are located in Toronto, I definitely recommend taking it if you are interested in personal training or just improving your training. What they taught me was, so on the eccentric, so lowering portion of the rep, you want to hold your breath. Hold your breath, but you want to be completely stacked. So for example, if you're doing a squat, on the way down, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, and then exhale on the way up. I saw this video from Squat University. It was so good, where he stood on he put all his body weight onto an unopened pop can, did not fall. But as soon as you open that pop can and you let some air out, as soon as you step on it, crushed. No matter if it had liquid or not in it. And that's simply because you let the air out. So if you are squatting, let's use squatting for an example. Let's say you're squatting. I want you to, big breath. Imagine you're wearing a belt, and I want you to push into that belt. Push into it. And you want to be so tight, so stacked that when you come down, you're like literally like, yeah, you're stacked, you're tight. And on the way up, you can slowly exhale either through your mouth, like quietly, or make some noise. Like you're lifting some heavy shit. Be like, ugh. Or I like to do slowly let the air out on the way up, descend, and then exhale. I know it's kind of hard while I'm sitting here in this position, but if you do want a little more of a better example, do check out my week of workouts video, where it's in my first workout. I was doing Bulgarian split squats, and I do talk a little bit more about that just to get a real life example. Last question. Favorite movie of all time? That's hard. That's quite hard. Honestly, it has to be Harry Potter. If I had to choose in between 1 to 8, it'd be Philosopher's Stone. Probably because that's the one I can recite start to finish. You don't want to watch Philosopher's Stone with me, because I will say every single line before the characters even say it. So yeah, thanks for that question. Now, honestly, I think I'm gonna go and watch some Harry Potter. Thank you all for your questions. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know in the comments below. If you like this style of video, let me know, and I'll make sure I'll do this like every single month. I'll just put it on my Instagram. You guys let me know what questions you have, and then I'll answer them. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you did, hearts, so many hearts for you. Give it a like so I know you like it. Subscribe so you never miss another workout or video from me. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks, guys.